Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Zombie Sir here, bringing you guys a quick unboxing of the HK MP5. Now, this is the brand new one that is chambered in 22 long rifle, and if you guys don't know, this is quickly becoming one of the most popular 22s or plinkers, you should say, on the market. Now, not only for the features that it has, but also for the price point. Now, the average price for this in 2023 is running around $500 USD, but depending on where you get it, it can be running 550 up to 600. I've seen it. Now, I was very lucky and got this for $450. I'm not going to say where I got it, obviously, because I don't want to infringe on YouTube's firearm policy. So I will just leave that out. But I got this firearm for $450, and I did need to get it shipped to my FFL. Now, it was free shipping and there was no tax, which I was super lucky with, and I enjoyed that. So depending on the state you're in, you might have to have a shipping fee, and you might have to have also different types of fees depending where you're at. I just had to pay my FFL transfer fee, which was about $40. So if you guys don't know, this is an official HK, but it is made by Umarex in Germany, which, if you guys don't know, Umarex usually makes like airsoft rifles and pellet guns, things like that, but they finally dipped in and looks like they got their first contract for an official firearm, which is the 22 MP5, as you can see right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open her right up now that I give you guys the quick information on it. The top slides right open, and then you just have some of these little cardboard right here to cover the firearm. Now, one thing I will say on here, before I get into it, that this is a faux suppressor, or as you could also call it, a fox suppressor or a shroud barrel. It is not an officially real suppressor, so I had to put that out there for YouTube purposes. And then there she is in all its glory. I'll begin right here with the manual. As you can see, Heckler and Koch, an official HK. You can see what the pistol version looks like without the stock, the retractable stock, or the faux suppressor. And then this is what it looks like with the stock out. I think it looks absolutely badass. It's supposed to mimic the MP5 SD. And as you can see, 22. So you guys can bring this out to the range on the daily, every weekend if you guys want. Just shoot off plenty of rounds and not have to worry about cost too much. But as you can see, there's just safety operating instructions, and then they just give you a quick lowdown on the firearm. But there is the manual. Then I'll start off with the lock. So it looks like you get a little baggie, just like you would with any other firearm. And then you have a couple toolies, little Allen wrench, and then you have the lock for the firearm if you decide you want to lock up your MP5. I always ask the viewers, what is your opinion on the lock for the firearm? I know that a lot of people do use them, but I know a lot of people don't even use these at all. So let me know in the comments. But there's the lock. I don't see any logos on here, like any HK logos. Just looks like a simple red lock. And then next, I'll get into the magazine, which has a nice little spot right inside the box. Now, it does only come with one mag, and I did order 2 extra mags, which are on their way. They are coming separately, and those are getting shipped individually to my house, not to the FFL. So they should be here within like the next week. Now, I know that these magazines in the past have been pretty freaking expensive, and they were running almost even $80 per mag. So I know that that was getting pretty crazy when this firearm first came out, but I was lucky enough to get 2 magazines for $60, and then with shipping it was $70. So I got 2 extra mags on the way for $70 for a total of 3. And if you guys don't know, these magazines are 25 rounds, and depending on the state you live in, they do have the 10 round option where It'll still be like the full 25 round magazine, except it'll just have a little pin in here and it'll only give you 10 rounds. So if you guys don't know, you get a little window up in here so you guys can see how much ammunition you have. And then you got a little slider, which makes it easier to load your 22. But nonetheless, there is the magazine. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take the firearm out. Now, as you can see, we got a little plastic covering the, we'll call it the faux suppressor for now. We'll just take that right off. Slides right out. And then there is that in all its beauty. I don't have too much on, too much frame, so this is pretty much all I can show you guys. But as you can see, here is the ambidextrous safety. You got fire and safe on both sides. Now the firearm, as you know, isn't loaded. I did take the flag out. There is normally a flag in here, which I did just take out before I opened the box up. So I did take the flag out just to test out the gun and to make sure everything was looking sound and clear in there, which everything of course looks great. Now, one thing that did surprise me about this firearm when I took it out the box, that it did actually have a little weight to it. I thought that honestly it was going to weigh something like the Winchester Wildcat, something very, very light, within like maybe not more than 5 pounds. But I believe that the weight of this firearm is 7 pounds, I believe. And it definitely, you can feel it. A lot of it is polymer. Like right here, you got the pistol grip and all this lower receiver is polymer, which you don't need metal because it's only a 22. But as you can see inside, everything is, of course, looks like chrome lined. You got metal where it needs to be. And then the faux suppressor is metal as well. And then right here on the other side, if you want to know how to take the retractable stock out, you just press this button, this tab in right here. You press it up, and then it'll let you slide out the stock. So that's what it looks like with the stock out. And you can just slide it back in. You just flip it up and then push in. A little hard with one hand, but... And then since this is in 22 caliber, you can shoot this thing off with one hand, and you should be pretty well off. I'll put the magazine in here just so you guys can see. Now, YouTube usually doesn't like this, but I mean, it is a 25 round magazine. Technically, it's not 30, so it's not breaking any rules, and it is empty. Everything's empty, guns dechambered. So we'll pop that right in. Pops in just like an AK, if you guys didn't know. You release it on this tab, just like an AK would, and you kind of put it in just like an AK, I would say. And then you have the official HK Mp5 slap, which everyone loves. So when you're ready to put a round in the chamber, you can just give it a good slap. You're ready to go. There she is right there. Pull your stock out and boom, you're ready. So that's what she's looking like right there. And I normally won't. I'll take this magazine out for YouTube purposes as well. I wasn't going to do this, but since a lot of people are curious, I'm going to take the faux suppressor off so you guys can see what the barrel looks like underneath. And since it's not a real suppressor, it's technically not taking the firearm apart or anything like that. But now a lot of people are complaining, or I've seen a couple, maybe not a lot, but a couple people complaining that this barrel is very, very thin and very small. But at the same time, I've seen reviews saying that it's been no issue whatsoever after dumping multiple magazines and multiple hundreds of rounds down range, and it's been zero issue for people. But that's what it looks like underneath the faux suppressor. So it is hiding that 16-inch barrel to make this legal in the United States for civilian sale. So that's what we had to do to get around it, or that's what HK had to do to get around the gun laws. But we got an official 22 HK Mp5 out of it. And I am very, very excited, guys, to go shoot this thing at the range and get some good range time. I got about 3,000 rounds, over 3,000 rounds ready to go for this. I'm just waiting for my magazines to come in, and then I'm just going to be dumping at the range, having fun, and then not spending as much money. So if you guys are looking for a reliable, affordable 22 that you want to just go to the range and not spend that much money on because of inflation right now, this might be your best bet. You can get this for around 500 bucks, maybe even less like I did if you're lucky. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video. I also have plenty other content on my channel, firearm content, shorts, all of that. But I will catch you guys later. Zombie Slayer out.